is up, geeks and gamers? It is your boy, Q.
And Team Rocket Administrator QMG.
Hey, and you already know what time it is. It's time for Into the Quniverse, where we're here to talk to you guys about everything geeky, gamey, and nerdy. And like I say, you know how we do. We GQ smooth and always on our P's and Q's. What is up, Quniverse fans? We're here another wonderful Sunday to talk to you guys. Let's get us a round of applause. Another great Sunday. This is going to be a really short one because not only do I have a couple things to do, but QMG is actually watching Survivor Series right now.
Yes.
And just a brief overview on how you liking Survivor Series so far. So
far, so good. I'm surprised at how it's gone so far. Pleasantly surprised, rather. So just hoping everything shakes out. They're at the point where it's the meaningless title matches where nobody's going to change titles. But so the only thing they can do is have the match be good. So that's pretty good. So far so good. So,
yeah, for all our wrestling fans, if you guys have
the WWE Network,
tune in. It's actually free for this pay-per-view.
Free for First Survivor.
Yes, for Survivor Series. So you guys tune into that for our
What up, Big Vaughn?
What's up, Vaughn? Appreciate you for tuning in. JB, thanks for tuning in. For all our WWE subscribers, like we were saying, tune in to the WWE Network for Survivor Series. It's on right now, and it's free for Survivor Series. So if you guys don't have that, get it. But we're gonna hop right into our topic for today, which is
we are talking about the Game Awards, baby.
The Game Awards.
So for those who don't know, this was established proper about 5 years ago. Yes, this will be the 5th anniversary, and it is basically since a lot of the
it's me, ya boy.
Since a lot of the gaming sphere television channels and YouTube started fizzling out to a certain degree, there needed to be an outlet outside of E3 where video games were celebrated and given end of the year awards. So that was when Jeff Keighley, who was part of the Game Trailers, a prominent video gaming website, he was able to pull his resources together and create the Game Awards.
Yeah.
And it started off humble and small with some hiccups, but it has quickly grown to be a bigger establishment than E3 in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get the biggest announcements. You see a lot of the industry heads, and you get some iconic moments. My personal favorite was from 2 years ago, where the dude who made the game, what was it, the Prison Break game?
Yeah.
I forget the specific name for it.
We were talking about when you have the two guys can cooperatively escape prison.
He went full on Rant City on Hollywood, because he used to be a Hollywood director, and he went full on Rant City talking about the movies. The Game Awards was effing awesome. It was awesome.
Well, my personal favorite moment has to be when my boy steps out. Reggie Fils-Aimé came out to announce Bayonetta 3.
Oh yes, that was amazing. Because what
Lamont, appreciate you, Big Willie. Appreciate you for tuning in.
Is that Lamont? Oh, that's Willie.
Yes, appreciate you for tuning in. But yes, Reggie Fils-Aimé came out. For you guys who don't know in the Quniverse who Reggie Fils-Aimé is, he was actually the American representative for Nintendo and all the business transaction through American Nintendo corporations. He stepped down, and now we actually got a guy named Bowser. Doug Bowser. He's not the actual Bowser, obviously, but yes, Doug Bowser. But Reggie Fils-Aimé is arguably the most influential Nintendo besides Sakurai.
No, it actually goes like this tier list order.
Yeah, tier list.
It is Satoru Iwata, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Reggie Fils-Aimé.
And Reggie came out and announced Bayonetta 3, and I just thought it was
the
awesome.
whole setup was they announced that the Bayonettas 1 and 2 was coming to the Switch. And then it was like they were talking about it and all those other games, and then Jeff Keighley was trying to shoot him off. He was like, "Wait, you didn't think I just run this, did you?
You thought that was it?
You thought that was it?" And then he dropped Bayonetta 3 and the announcement for that, and the crowd went wild. Last year, a dope moment for me when I was waiting at a GameStop to pick up my Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They were had the Game Awards up. The manager had it pulled up on his phone. and the trailer for Joker being announced as the first DLC character for Smash.
Joker from Persona 5.
Yes, and the whole store went crazy because
the Beast. What's up, the Beast?
A lot of people weren't expecting that to happen, so
yes,
definitely that. But yeah, while we're on the subject of the Game Awards, we're going to talk about not all of the nominations, but some of the most important
ones. And this is pretty much going to be our topic for today. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty short one today. Got a couple things going on, but we're going to still give you guys the best content. And while he's looking up those nominations, I just want to give a shout out to all our new viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. We wouldn't be doing this without you guys, without y'all help. And we just love the support. And thank you guys. And you always can go find us on YouTube at Into the Qniverse on YouTube. My specific Facebook page, Quentin Ziegler, and also we have a Into the Qniverse page that you can go watch it on there, and we also have the Geeked Up Media Facebook page where you can watch it as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna keep bringing you guys great content.
First things first, we're gonna be talking about one of the first categories, which is best multiplayer game, and the nominees are Tetris 99, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Borderlands 3, and Apex Legends. So out of the 4-game lineup, Q, which one do you think will take home best multiplayer game?
Now, me personally, I'll just go down the list. You said Tetris 99.
Yes.
Which I haven't played myself, but I plan on playing because just the premise of the game seems fun.
Yes, for those who don't know, Tetris 99 is basically, it's a Nintendo Switch exclusive. If you go ahead and you subscribe to the Nintendo Switch online service, you will get free access to the game. And it's essentially Tetris meets Fortnite, except for no building stuff. It's a battle royale Tetris game. So just the last person standing who can keep their stuff not filling up, they're the winner. And it's you versus 98 other people, which makes it Tetris 99.
Exactly.
And it's definitely hype. It's definitely hype when you see it in motion. It's definitely hype watching the screen, watching how other people play and react.
Now, the second game was Modern Warfare.
Yes,
Modern Warfare, a game I play personally almost every day. I definitely love the game. I definitely am enjoying the game. Now, it had its problems early on as far as spawns and glitches and gun balancing, but the game has still been a lot of fun. It's had its moments, but I still feel like it's too early to win that title for best multiplayer.
Yes.
The next one was
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands.
Which for
now, before, let me just disclaimer, Borderlands. Tarvin, appreciate you for tuning in. Thanks, guys. Borderlands for me I'm not a big fan. I really dislike Borderlands. My QMG always wants me to play it with him, but I just don't like the style of the game. I feel like all of the guns get really repetitive to me personally, and I'm not a fan of Borderlands. But I could see it has a huge following, great following. And Willie, just thank you for saying that. Just to go into the last one, I feel like Apex is gonna win because Apex hit the ground running, coming off of the heat of Fortnite. I need a Demon Slayer. Yeah, hey, Demon Slayer is a great anime. Sorry, technical difficulty, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. But yeah, Demon Slayer. We're gonna be talking about that next week.
Yeah, but
and Apex, I definitely think Apex is gonna win.
But yeah, back to
Brittany, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks. Back to what my thoughts on Borderlands 3 and Apex. Borderlands 3 was very lackluster to a lot of people who played it. I was keeping up with the reception and from diehards to newbies. Very poor reception to it. Controversies that stem from outside of the game and in the game. So I don't see that winning. I do agree with you on Apex Legends. That game it came out the gate and it's still going strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely see that winning. I agree that Modern Warfare is too early for that to win, and Tetris 99 seemed like too much of a long shot.
But yeah, Tarvin, just for you, man, we're gonna talk about some anime next week. Just for you, you brought up Demon Slayer, and it's been getting a lot of traction. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yes.
But yes, what's the next category?
The next category we're gonna touch on is best fighting game, and the nominees be Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force, MK11, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, and of course Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And
let's bag up.
We're gonna just keep it buck. There is no way in hell that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate should lose this category. Hands down, All of the fighting games I just named have significant problems and or roadblocks that prevent it from being considered the best. Sam Show, which is Samurai Shodown.
Sam Show doesn't even have a big enough following.
That's my point, and the gameplay isn't too enthralling.
Yes.
Jump Force is trash.
Jump Force is trash unless you're playing with friends. It's literally a friend-to-friend game, competitively.
Unless you're a fan of shonen anime and you have friends, Jump Force is trash. Dead or Alive 6 is a non-factor because that game.
That game has literally 17 people playing it,
and it's been out. And MK11.
I know, right? But Street Fighter came out 3 years ago, so they're talking about games recently.
Yeah, quite. Yeah. And MK11 to me has not lived up to the lofty expectations.
Now, me personally,
it's a great fighting game.
It's a great fighting game.
But as far as reaching the lofty expectations that were set with MKX, it didn't reach it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, in my opinion, is the only game on this list that has reached, if not surpassed its high expectations, and it keeps getting better and better. The competitive
Grandma Dorothy, appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you. The competitive scene is bananas. It's still going strong. I remember watching its EVO Grand Finals and just how quick and fast paced the game is. The content alone is phenomenal, and the care and I would be very surprised if this game does not win Best Fighting Game. Q.
It's a toss up to me between Smash and Mortal Kombat. Unlike what your point was that it didn't live up to that, I feel like Mortal Kombat has been a stellar game this year. I think it's done a lot with its community.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad game, but
I think it's in the running to get Best Fighting Game over Smash.
I don't think.
I think they're tit for tat. I think it's just how the wind blows. Because Smash obviously been catering to the fans with these characters coming out. It's been great. The gameplay is fun. The gameplay is amazing. The game is just a good game overall. But if we're talking about strictly multiplayer aspect, I think NetherRealm did a great job of Mortal Kombat. We got some great characters, some great skins. The game's netcode is almost stellar. I haven't had a lot of messed up, laggy matches. And Smash itself is also a great game in its own right with the massive roster that Smash has. But if we're talking about fighting games, we have to look deeper into the FGC. Smash is still on the side of the spectrum where a lot of fighting game players don't even touch Smash because they don't feel like it's a traditional fighting game.
That I have to say is no longer an issue. It's a non-issue. Leon, I will say that no homegrown die-hard veteran FGC player is denying Smash as a fighting game anymore. They might disagree with some of the antics the community gets into, but as far as recognizing it as a fighting game proper, no one does that anymore. Max, he said this. I'm Maximilian Dude, the most prominent fighting game person in the world. He spoke about this on a couple of streams back. He was saying that you can't possibly say Smash isn't a fighting game. Yes, it has part. Yes, it was intended originally to be a party game, but there's too many deep mechanics and too many modes that makes it to say that it's not a fighting game.
I agree, but okay.
And the only reason I just wouldn't say MK11 is because MK11 it's not making any noise. It's not making any noise now. NetherRealm games generally don't have a long life cycle, and their fan base retention it normally drops drastically at a certain point. But I would say it's dropped very low or too early. Normally, it wouldn't take. Normally, NetherRealm's fan base enthusiasm drops after the first wave of DLC drops, and then it starts going down. Now, because of this lukewarm feedback between the developers and the fans, that's left a lot of people wary and just not enthused.
And I definitely agree because I experienced that with Injustice 2. Really hyped from the initial launch of Injustice 2, but after maybe a month or two, just strictly died like completely. Like there was no. I don't know if this was due to the lack of balancing, the way they wanted the game to be played. For the geeks and gamers who don't know, Injustice 2 was very zone heavy, and by zone heavy, projectile shooting things at the other player, and it was not fun for a lot of players, me included. I did not find that fun. I prefer the more up close punches and kicks, but that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yes, I also find that to be a negative, a knock against that. But on to our penultimate category we're going to cover. We got Action Adventure Game of the Year, and those in the nominees are Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding,
Madness. That's how.
Resident Evil 2 Remake,
Yes.
Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and Sekiro.
Woo!
Those died twice.
Oh, sorry. I mean to clap so loud in the microphone.
So Big Q, which one of those games? You
Borderlands
think
3. Out of there. Then we got. Tell me again. What we got?
We got Control.
Control. I haven't played Control, but I like the concept. Got like the kind of abstract painting world where she's like a agent for this Illuminati-esque secret service with special abilities. That seems cool. Then you got Link's Awakening. Have not played that, but I played the older version on an emulator. But, you get what you get with that. I prefer Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess style. Then you got
RE2.
RE2, which I'm actually going to play tomorrow. I'm going to actually start playing that tomorrow. I'm always a fan of Resident Evils. I want to play this one because it kind of makes me... I know it's not 4, but it's Leon, so we got to run that. And my personal favorite, Sekiro, even though
But
the game...
you forgot one other game, which is good old Death Stranding.
Oh, Death Stranding?
Yes.
Death Stranding, I actually watched... Shout out D-Man. I actually watched my homeboy D-Man play the prologue. Man, that game is crazy. It makes no sense.
Just wait until you get to the third chapter.
You're really just a UPS guy. You're a UPS guy in a science fiction world. It's crazy.
Jared says, I know it's super new, but the new Star Wars game needs to win something, which I agree with. To a certain degree, it should have been nominated. It's not nominated. Spoilers, it's not nominated for anything. But it should because Death Stranding nominated. And both of those games came out
literally like a week apart.
Yes, and I will touch on it next week about why Death Stranding might be iffy, especially when I get to the last category. But
Sekiro, I gotta talk about Sekiro. I don't care if I don't ever beat this game. The game is still amazing. The way it makes you feel like a true samurai is amazing. You have just enough abilities and just enough difficulty to make you feel like every time you defeat a new enemy, you feel the sense of accomplishment Sekiro gives you, just like with Dark Souls. But with that being said, I don't feel like Sekiro's going to take it. I feel like maybe Borderlands 3 is going to take it.
I'm telling you straight up, you can disqualify Borderlands 3 from it.
Why so?
Because it's just not. There's too much controversy between its gameplay director, too much mediocrity with the game itself, and just too much not. It would be a very much one of those moments, and especially since
Ken, appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you. Especially for those who don't know, this year's Game Awards is fan voted, so fan votes are taken into account of what dictates a game. So I definitely don't see Borderlands 3 winning, in my humble opinion. But
so who do you see winning?
I have to give it to good old RE2 Remake. That game I watched it streamed. I constantly go back to the YouTube version of the game of the stream that Max did, and it's just.
I also agree. If it's not going to be Borderlands, it has to be Resident Evil 2. It's just there has been nothing bad said. Josh, appreciate you for tuning in.
Resident Evil 2, like when you alluded to it. You alluded to it when you were talking about Leon and Resident Evil 4. Mm-hmm. Resident Evil 2 is one of the base Resident Evil 2 for the PS1. Mm-hmm. It was often considered one of the greatest sequels of all time, and this remake exemplifies that even more.
Do you feel like we're going to get a reimagined 4?
No, there's no reason to. Because 4,
I could go play 4 right now.
And it's amazing, and it still holds up. You don't you don't have to do that with
definitely.
You don't have to do that with 4.
For my geeks and gamers, go play Resident Evil 4. It's probably, if I have to really think deep and hard about something, that's what she said, or he. But no, if I have to really think long and hard about a really great game that's just great all around, it definitely has to be Resident Evil 4.
Josh said it looked like you gained some weight, big bro.
Yeah, I'm getting a little big, right? Doing a little something. But no, definitely Resident Evil 4 is definitely a great game.
But quick plug aside, we might touch on this a little bit more next week, but Resident Evil 3 Remake has been confirmed to be in development.
So you don't think we're going to get a 4 then? Because if they're coming down the line like that.
I don't know, because here's the thing. We might get remakes up to Code Veronica, but once you hit 4,
it's like you don't need to.
You don't need to, because they all hold up. Like they literally all hold
Except
up.
Resident Evil 6, it looks horrible.
But they might do that with 6. They might touch that up or just make 8 better. But 4 and 5 specifically, you don't need to do anything to those games. 5 you might want to change the color so that they don't have that garbage Vaseline filter.
Yeah.
But other than that, 4. nothing. There's nothing that needs to be messed with 4. But yeah, so with that said, we're going to move on to the final category, which is, of course, it's the game of the year. Get up, get up, get up.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let me know what's going on, man.
So the game of the year: Control, no Janet Jackson; Death Stranding; Resident Evil 2 remake;
Yep.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice;
Okay.
and the Outer Worlds, which, for those who don't know, was from the OG creators of Fallout.
Yes.
And the game I personally think should and will win
Ultimate.
Game of the Years. Smash Brothers Ultimate. I'm just going to get it out the way now.
In the brawl for all, who you think got it? Smash, obviously.
Yeah, I take your word completely on Sekiro. RE2 remake, I don't need to be sold on that. I know it's great. Death Stranding, I think it's too early, and I haven't seen anything of Control to make me say anything in either direction. But Smash Ultimate is just simply a perfect game. 10 out of 10. In every conceivable fashion on what you... Not comparing it to other Smash Brothers games, because that's a whole different can of worms, but comparing it to any other video game, Smash Brothers Ultimate blows everything out of the water.
I agree.
There's on a conceptual video game level, for what you want out of a video game, for what you want out of an enjoyable experience, sitting down with a controller in your hands, playing video games. That's what Super Smash Bros.
Was that supposed to be a Brit?
No, that was just a regular, random, nondescript But yeah, that's the game you want. That's the game you need.
I agree, but I feel like the only game that has the potential of coming and being an upset to it is RE2. Sekiro's demographic is too small. You know, so not everybody plays the Soulborne games. It's a very niche group of gamers who actually play Bloodborne, Demon Soul, Dark Souls, and Sekiro. So I can't say that, even though it's a great game, I can't say it's going to win definitively. But the only game that has had raving reviews just as much as Smash had is RE2. I haven't heard anything bad about RE2 at all. I haven't heard anything bad about RE2. So I would personally have to give it to the upset underdog RE2.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on RE2, 100%. I feel you big time on RE2, but with that said, it's kind of it's obviously a toss up between RE. In my opinion, should be a toss up
between Resident Evil and Smash.
But it's just Smash Brothers is Smash.
Yeah,
it's just what it means to the video gaming community and what the message Sakurai and company wants to give. And while RE2 definitely is a fantastic game, the only thing I have against it is that it's just Capcom continuing their golden streak that began with RE7 and just continued with, not Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World and Devil May Cry 5 and now this. So it can win it, but I'd be surprised. But I honestly think that especially with the fan voting, Smash Ultimate has it hands down. But
so QMG, before we get ready to close it on out, can you give our geeks and gamers in the Qniverse those dates for the award show, the times, and when they can go ahead and tune into that?
Sure thing.
Because we will be tuning in. We tune in every year, and we'll be tuning in as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And while you're looking at thank you guys for tuning in. I told you guys it was going to be a short one this week because we got a couple things we got to do later on tonight. So you guys, Survivor Series is going on. I got a couple things to do. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back with our back-to-backs hour-long podcast next week.
And for those who don't know, December 12th, 2019 at 7:30 Central Standard Time.
Yep.
Which means that the Game Awards will be on a Thursday night.
Okay.
Thursday just got paid. Thursday night.
Go ahead and let them hit them pipes.
That's all I got, because I probably even should be singing those songs on the ground on content.
We're going to get flagged.
Yeah, so I regret singing that. But with that said,
you know how we got to end it out. You know how we got to do.
Yes, sir. And just to let you know, I'm rocking Team Rocket because I've been playing Pokemon Sword. And
this was Into the Qniverse.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week, back to our regularly scheduled program. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know it's me, Q.
And Team Rocket Administrator QMG.
And you already know how we do. GQ smooth and always on our P's and Q's. This was Into the Qniverse. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll be back. Signing out. Peace.